So since I just brought up family,
Mm-hmm.
let's just talk about love as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's your situation? Because you're always like moving around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have a boyfriend, he
Mhm.
definitely is missing you, because or does he get to see you at least? Does he at least get to see you once a year? Does he at least get once a year? Yeah. Or I mean, how's that for you? You've talked like
Yes.
about so much independence,
Mhm.
and like you haven't even mentioned anything about relying anything on a man.
Yeah, because
No, you
No.
don't need it.
I don't.
You don't need it. Okay, so what's your situation like?
Okay, so I used to be in a long distance relationship for 5 years.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, then I just
5.
exactly, I was like, come on, that's enough. So, and then that's it.
You guys just decided to,
Yes.
but you used to see him a lot.
No, like once in 6 months.
So when I'm
that.
joking about once a year, it's actually something that
Yeah.
was actually
So yeah, of course, it cannot be sustained for a long time, or at least
Yeah,
people
even if
need
you
to
try.
make a decision,
Mm.
make a plan. But since there was no plan, so like, okay, it's not gonna work out like this.
Mhm. Or are you dating the Armenians who are in Kenya? Or maybe that's why you're like. No, but okay. What kind of qualities do you look for, like, in a guy? But so now you are single right now.
I prefer not to talk about my
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's always a
Yes.
safe,
private life is private
Yeah,
life.
that's okay. But like, what kind of qualities do you look for in a guy?
I always look for someone I can learn from,
Mm.
someone that is more mature than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that's
Mature
Yes.
meaning, like, 'cause we have like,
no, like mentally, mentally mature,
or
not
'cause-
like older, but
or yeah, in
mentally
Kenya
mature.
you have like a lot of sugar daddies
no,
who,
no,
like,
no, no. I don't mean like age.
Oh.
I mean like mentally mature.
Yeah.
Somebody who can be there for you, like emotionally.
Yeah, teach you new things.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What's your stand on just like, the whole, like, just because we mentioned, like, how we don't want to talk about like the term feminist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what's just what's your stand on, like, just maybe gender roles?
Okay. So
Yeah.
I think there should be equality. Like
Mhm.
if you say I'm a feminist, then you should be like totally. The relationship has to be totally equal. It means you cannot ask. I mean,
Yeah.
you can, but how fair, how equal it is if you want the man to provide for you, and you just do whatever you want.
Mhm.
Like even if you like follow your passion and do something you're passionate about, but maybe the guy also wants to do something he's passionate about, but he's supposed to like provide for you, then he cannot do it, right?
Mhm.
So it should be totally, you should sit down and like totally discuss everything. Like, okay, maybe sometimes
Are
maybe
you-
even like the girl, maybe the guy is like doing like startup or something, right?
Yeah.
And then it's very hard if you're doing startup, and then you
Yeah.
also need to provide for your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then it's like double trouble, right?
Yeah.
So
she
you
understands
should
me. She
you
understands
need to put
me.
yourself in
Yeah.
the guy's shoes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
But
it has to go both ways.
are you that kind of person? Like, let's say if you're dating someone and they are going through something like that, they're actually starting up and everything. Do you chip in? Because there's this thing that I think it's a lot in East Africa. Like, let's say if you're a couple, how this saying goes, I can't say it in Swahili because you won't understand,
Okay.
but I'll just translate it in English. Basically, it's like, if let's say we were a couple, the money that I bring in the house is our money, and the money that you get at the end of the month is your money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how there's that, like, a little saying, like, my money is our money, and then your money. Like, yeah,
I think if the guy wants it to be like that,
yeah, it's okay.
it's okay, but I don't mind. But
Mm-hmm.
if the situation is that to make it like to make things happen as a couple,
Mm-hmm.
you need to bring money to the table, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think it's fair. I think there is nothing unfair or nothing to complain about.
That's okay. That's
Because I
nice.
know some girls would complain, oh, last month I paid the rent, I'm not supposed to pay the rent, he's supposed to be paying the rent. Like, you are both in it together.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be there for each
Sometimes,
other.
yeah, sometimes maybe you're supposed to like come forward and
Mm-hmm.
be like, okay.
Would you date a guy who's not just in a good financial position?
I mean, that doesn't really matter for me.
Oh, he doesn't?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Because you can meet people in like some point of their journey
Yeah.
when they are not in the good position. Like if you look at any successful person,
Yeah.
they
yeah.
all been through that.
Yeah.
And if you are not there for him, you are not ready to be there for this person, then what's the point of the relationship, right?
Hear that? Hear that, guys?
I
Very
mean,
important.
Yeah, if you don't support somebody,
Yeah. When they are
You
on their
cannot be
journey,
so- yes.
yeah, when they're on their journey, and that's the one time they actually need just your
support.
It can be like
Yes.
even just emotional support
Yes.
during that time that will
Yes.
boost them and actually make them keep chasing their dream and what they're looking for.
Yes, and becoming successful.
Yeah.
And then like you will both be rewarded for what you put in.
True,
Right?
true. Now, when let's just say from your culture, because now I'm not sure, because I can't say like from your culture, and you've grown up in Russia, you're in China, here you are in Kenya, but just from like just I'd say from your point of view, do you feel like the pressure of settling down?
Oh yes.
You do? You do?
My parents.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like your mom, is she like,
every
yo,
time-
when are we?
Yes, every time they call me, like every single time they
Yeah.
call me, they are like, so all this traveling you are doing, so when are you going to
Yeah.
like find a husband or
Yeah.
something?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Of
there's a
course.
lot of pressure,
Yes.
right? But how about just yourself in just your personal goals? Is there like a way you're saying that maybe you're saying by the time I get to this age, I need to have a husband. By the time I get to this age, I need to have like 2 kids. Is that something that you plan, or you just want to let it
There
happen
is,
when the
like,
time is right?
There is something because women's body cannot have children until whenever she wants.
Yeah.
So there is
certain-
some limit.
the
to
biological clock.
biological limit.
Yeah.
So of course I want to have a family. I want to have kids. So I'm just trying to,
Do it
not
with the
to
right
take
person.
it too long.
Yeah. Just get the right person in time, right? Okay. I just see you tiptoeing around this subject. You're like avoiding a lot of questions.
Yeah, I don't like talking about personal.
No, I know, but the whole podcast, like even
Yes.
for me, as much as I would want to just talk about just business, like people connect to real life situations. 'Cause
Yes.
you see, like we see all these people, like Steve Jobs, and all these people that we look up to, like the successful people and everything, but they do
Are
have
they
like
happy?
that's the thing.
Yes.
That's the thing. They see like Steve Jobs had like just some crazy thing going on in the family, like those wrangles and everything, but he had like the most successful business on the side.
Yes.
So it's just finding
The balance.
like that kind of balance in life. And
But actually, if you look at like successful and happy people, most of them don't expose their personal life. Yes.
while they have
Because
well
exposing it brings problems.
now the press and everything,
Yes. Now
yeah,
people start to
analyze your life.
Analyze, exactly. And this person doesn't suit you, this and that.
Yeah. Okay, now since we're we'll still have to talk about this dating thing. I know. I mean, unfortunately, I just have to keep asking because this is where like I'm always like just waiting. Cause
That's your favorite subject,
yes,
isn't it?
yes. Cause you see, like I bring a lot of diverse. Just even when it comes to women, diverse. Everybody has just different beliefs on how they want to settle down and all these things, what they're looking for in a guy and everything. Okay, you've stayed in China for how long?
5 years.
5 years. And before that, you were in
Italy,
Italy
Russia.
and Russia. So now all these different places, and now you're in Kenya as well, right? So have you, when you're dating, is race like something that you put into consideration?
No, not really.
No? Have you ever dated someone who looks like me?
Yes.
Yeah, like, yes. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Why are you laughing? I'm just asking.
Do you put it into consideration?
What?
Do you put it into consideration?
No, I don't care because here's the thing. I've been raised, okay, not being raised, but ever since I just turned like, I went to college. After that, just even through working, because I was working in an ad agency, my clientele, like even if you go through my Instagram, like I have such a diverse group of friends and people. It's quite diverse. So to me, it doesn't really matter. And even for me, the problem is like just now even picking, because like, yo, this person from this culture is so interesting. This person from this culture.
That's always a problem for guys.
No, but I'm just
Picking
saying. No, I'm just saying because if I was like, let's just say into a certain like group of people, it would be easy for me to narrow down. Because I'd be like, you know what, I just date this kind of people only. But now like I'm so open-minded in how I interact with people. It's so confusing because all different people from different cultures have something special about them. And to me, it's just mind-blowing. I wish I didn't know so much people like that because now it's a problem.
I don't blame you. There are so many gorgeous girls. Like Kenyan girls are just amazing. Yes.
You like them?
I like looking at them. Very beautiful.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, but we do have like amazing, just girls in general, the country. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just used to so many different people, and I think once you interact with all different kinds of people, it becomes like you can't really be picky. Because you can't say I don't like this kind of people, yet you have like a best friend who's from that like culture. It just makes no sense at all. Okay. Interesting. So, do you want to skip to another subject? Or do you wanna, look at you like, oh yes. Yes. Can I ask one more before we jump into a different?
Just fast.
Just one more. Okay, if you were to just like settle down, do you believe in this thing of like, you know, how would I say it? Let's say you have like 2 kids.
Okay.
Do you believe in just taking a slight step back? Because you know, like the way you put in too many hours, like right now, just do you believe in like just now, since you have a company, putting people in positions and actually spending more time with your kids? Or you'd be like that kind of mother who's like, you know what, I still have to make this paper, so you're like out of the house like from morning till evening?
I think at some point I will like slow down and take care like of myself, take care of my family. But I always said that I can't wait to be pregnant so that everybody thinks that you are chilling, but you are hustling harder than everybody else, and then after that, like, you are way ahead.
True. It just makes sense. But what drives you? Do you think money drives you more, or passion? When you wake up like in the morning, like what really gives you that kick to like, yo, oh, this contract has like X amount of money? Or is it like you just genuinely like really love what you do, and that's what?
No. First, I love what I'm doing. Second, I just want to put my name, put my country on the map, because now we are not known for like major things like when you say Armenian, people say, oh, Kardashians. And then in Kenya, you say, oh,
are they
those-
Kardashians?
Why did I say this?
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, so
yeah,
I'm trying, like, my goal is to put my country on the map.
yeah.
So I just want to build a company. Like,
But you know, now that
non-cap-
you've mentioned it,
Yeah.
and I kind of look at
Oh my God,
similarities.
why did
and
I say this?
now
Why
that you
did I
mentioned
get
it,
myself
now
into
see,
this?
like even how you just put your hair. Oh, that's an Armenian thing. Now you said it. I didn't say it. You brought it up. Yeah. So let's go back
I
to what
assumed you already know.
No. So let's go back to what you're saying. Like, you know, you want to put your country in.
Yes, on the map. So
Yeah.
I want to build something meaningful,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, it's not the money thing, but of course I want to be financially
Yeah, of course, successful.
secure, financially stable.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's not a bad thing, because you know, the current society, like, in fact, if you think about it, as an entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
everything evolves around money at the end of
Yes.
the day.
But at the same time, if you focus on the money
Too much. Yeah.
too much and you're not focusing on your goal, on your mission, eventually you're gonna fail, because then you're not gonna be true to yourself.
It will lose. You won't be living for. You won't have a meaning to actually what you're doing in the first place.
Exactly.
You'll just be making money, yeah, but there's just no meaning or even satisfaction, I'm guessing.